So let me see first topic in our syllabus. So the topic name is historical background of Indian Constitution. Historical background of Indian Constitution. Historical background of Indian Constitution. Historical background of Indian Constitution, let me see. And before this one, we should know the Constitution root word and types of constitutions, means classification of constitutions and stages of freedom movement in India. So everything we have to see in this class. So first of all, Indian Constitution historical background means Constitution, this is English language word. Constitution, this is English language word. This language word derived from, okay, Constitution English word derived from French language word, that is constitution. Constitution. Constitution means to establish. To establish. Okay. Constitution means to establish. Right. Constitution, which language word? French language word. Okay, Constitution, which language word? English language word. Okay. So, in India and not in India, in the world, the Constitution is known as national law. Constitution is known as national law, not international law. Constitution is known as national law. In the world, first time, an idea of constitution used by Greeks. Greeks used first time an idea of constitution, and one of the Greek political philosopher name was Aristotle. Okay, Aristotle. In the world, first time in scientific manner, Aristotle used constitution word. In the world, first time Aristotle used constitution word in his famous book, that is Politics. That is Politics. Okay. So who is the author of Politics? Aristotle. Okay. So Aristotle written number of books. Out of them, the most important book and most popular book name is Politics. Name is Politics. Okay. In this book, Aristotle used constitution word in scientific manner. Okay. Next one. Aristotle is the student of Plato. Plato is student of Socrates, and Alexander is the student of Aristotle. Okay. So Aristotle is known as father of political science. Father of political science and father of biological science. Father of biological science. Okay, friends. Aristotle is known as father of political science. Aristotle is known as father of biological science. Who is his teacher? Means Plato. And Plato is the student of Socrates. Alexander is the student of Aristotle. That is the relation between teacher and students. Okay. Next one. Aristotle said that man is a social animal and political animal. Man is a social animal and political animal. Who described like this? Aristotle. Father of political science, so Aristotle said that man is a social animal and political animal. Okay. Then every man is in society, not outside of the society. From birth to death, we are associating with society. So nothing outside of society. So not only man is social animal, we are political animals. Directly or indirectly, we are participating in politics. Okay, voters are utilizing right to vote in election, and children, they are working in favor of one political parties, even if they not participate in voting. So everybody is social animal as well as political animal. Aristotle said that man is selfish. Everybody in society, all we are selfish. It is a fact, it is a true. What the Aristotle said is absolutely right. Everybody, including myself, all the people are selfish. Long back, some 100 years back, Aristotle said about this one. Next thing, he supported slavery system first time in the world. Most of the people says that avoid the slavery system. But in the world first time, Aristotle said that the slavery system is a must. Heartfully he supported slavery system because landlords, business people and some other rich people, they need some servants. So on the service of servants, they are doing everything. That's what the Aristotle supported slavery system. Another one, Aristotle is 100% against give right to vote for women. In the world, first time Aristotle said that need not give right to vote to women. Now as per Constitution, all the adults are having right to vote. Now we all are participating in election. We are utilizing our right to vote without any discrimination. Now the men and women, whoever completed 18 years age, they are eligible to get right to vote. Now it is going on. But long back, the women not at all having right to vote. In the world, first time Aristotle said that need not give right to vote to women. Okay, but as per Constitution, the women having right to vote in India. Okay, but in the world first time Aristotle opposed giving right to vote to women. Another importance of Aristotle. Aristotle said that good citizens make good state and bad citizens make bad state. Good citizens make good state, bad citizens make bad state. Okay. Aristotle said that good citizens make good state, bad citizens make a bad state. Okay. So any country having good citizens, definitely that country should be good, that country will be developed. Okay. Suppose any one country having bad people, that country will be bad. Okay. So with his experience, Aristotle used that quotation, that is, good citizens make a good state and bad citizens make a bad state. Okay. And another one, constitutions are 5 types on the basis of nature of constitution. Constitutions classified into 5 types on the basis of nature of constitutions in the world. The constitution is classified into 5 types on the basis of constitution nature and amendment procedure. The first one, written constitution. Okay. Second one, unwritten constitution. Third one, rigid constitution. Fourth one, flexible constitution. Fifth one, rigid and flexible constitution. Okay. These are types of constitution in the world. How many types? 5 types. First one, written constitution. Second one, unwritten constitution. Third one, rigid constitution. Fourth one, flexible constitution. Fifth one, rigid and flexible constitution. The combination of rigidity and flexibility. Okay. Mixture of rigidity and flexibility. Okay. Unwritten constitution example. Okay. British constitution. Written constitution example, that is Indian constitution, American constitution, French constitution, etc. Number of examples there. Rigid constitution example, American constitution. Flexible constitution example, okay, in Indian constitution some provisions are amended very easily. Okay. Rigid and flexible constitution, best example, Indian constitution. Okay. Our constitution is not fully rigid constitution. Our constitution is not fully flexible. Our constitution is, okay, combination of rigidity and flexibility. So in the world, the constitution is classified into 5 types on the basis of constitution nature and amendment procedure. Okay. Next one, This written constitution is classified into two types. One is rigid, second flexible constitution. No classification of unwritten constitution. 100% written constitution is classified into two types, rigid and flexible. Okay. Rigid constitution means a constitution provisions cannot be amended easily. It is called as rigid constitution. Example, American Constitution. Flexible constitution means a constitution provisions can be amended very easily. Okay, it is called as flexible constitution. Okay, so these are types of constitutions in the world, right? Next, we have to see Machiavelli. One of the famous political philosopher in Italy, Machiavelli. Okay, Machiavelli is one of the great political philosopher in Italy. Okay, Machiavelli is known as father of modern political science. Okay, Aristotle is the father of political science. Machiavelli is the father of modern political science. That is the difference between Aristotle and Machiavelli. Aristotle is one of the great Greek political philosopher. Machiavelli is great political philosopher in Italy. Okay. Machiavelli also written number of books. Out of them, most important book name is The Prince. What is the book name? The Prince. Who is the author of The Prince? Machiavelli. Machiavelli belongs to which country? Italy. He belongs to 16th century. Machiavelli belongs to 16th century. Okay. Machiavelli is known as the father of modern political science. His famous book name is The Prince. In the world first time, Machiavelli used state word. Okay. Machiavelli used first time state word in his famous book, that is The Prince. Okay, that is The Prince. Another one. State essential elements are four. Essential elements of state. How many? Four. In that, first one is population. What is that? Population. Second one is territory. Third one is government. Fourth one is sovereignty. Population, territory, government and sovereignty. These four are essential elements of state. Okay. First essential element of state is population. Now second one is territory. Now third one is government. Fourth one is sovereignty. What all they are? Essential elements of state. Out of them, most important essential element of state is sovereignty. Essential element of state is sovereignty. Sovereignty is main essential element of the state. Without sovereignty, the state is just like dead body. Okay? Without sovereignty, state is just like a dead body. Next, what is an agent of state? Means government. Okay, each and every state constitutes population and territory also. The government is compulsory to control all the activities of the people and maintain land order. Maintain land order. That's what government is must. So let me see ideal population of state. In each and every country, population is there. Some states having huge population, some states having less population. So altogether population is there. Altogether population is there. Okay. So an ideal population of a state, the different opinions there regarding an ideal population of a state in political philosophers. According to Plato, ideal population of a state is 5040. Okay, according to Plato, an ideal population of a state is 5040. How much? 5040. So who suggested this ideal population? Plato. Okay, according to Plato, an ideal population of a state is only 5040, not more than 5040. Okay, next one, Rousseau. According to Rousseau, an ideal population of state is 10,000. According to Rousseau, an ideal population of state is 10,000. According to Plato, an ideal population of state is 5040. According to Rousseau, an ideal population of state is 10,000. Not more than 10,000, not more than 5040 as per Plato and Rousseau opinion. And third and last one, that is Aristotle. According to Aristotle, an ideal population of a state is neither too big nor too small. Neither too big nor too small. Okay. Should not have huge population, should not have very less population. Depends upon your financial condition, you only decide the population of ideal state. Whose opinion? Aristotle. Aristotle not mentioned an ideal population of a state like 20,000 or 25,000, 30,000. He said that neither too big nor too small. Not huge population, not less population. As per your country financial condition, you only decide an ideal population of a state. Okay. And one more thing, at present in the world, the most populous country is India. Okay, quite recently, Indian population is more than China population. We crossed China population. India is in first place regarding population. So India and China having huge population in the world, and some countries having just only less population. The huge population is not correct for the development of country, and less population is not suggestible for the development. Huge population countries are suffering with unemployment, poverty, some other problems. And less population countries suffer with protection, attacking from external aggregation. So we should have comfortable population as per our financial condition. No one suggests ideal population of state like India. No one suggests ideal population of state like Singapore, etc. The population is very less. That much population is not suggestible, not advisable, because every country knows our capacity. So once the other countries thought that so and so small country is so weak, so better to attack on them and capture them. So that is not also good, and huge population also not advisable. So Aristotle said that neither too big nor too small. Each and every state has population, but one thing, we don't give importance to quantity of people. We should give importance to quality people. Who are the good citizens? Who are the bad citizens? Good citizens means should work hard for the development of nation. Honesty, truthfulness, helping nature, these are the features of good citizens. Which countries having good citizens, which countries having this type of people, those countries will develop very soon. And any one country having the laziness people, illiterates, such countries never develop, because those people are not educated, those people are not active, so no bright future of such countries in the world. So here we want, Aristotle said that good citizens make good state and bad citizens make bad state. Next, we come to second essential element of state, that is territory. First one population, second one is territory. In the world, all the countries having territories. Some states having huge territories, some states having less territories. Each and every state territory constitutes with rivers, mines, oil resources, mountains, forests, deserts, etc. Which type of territory is necessary for the development of a country? We don't give importance to big territories. We should give importance to quality territories. Which state territory constitutes cultivation land, mines, rivers, mountains, forests, etc. that country will develop very soon. That country will develop very soon. Suppose any one country territory is covered with desert, that state never develop. That state never develop. So, the state territory constitutes forests, rivers, mines, oil resources, etc. That state will develop very soon. Okay. And second territory, third one, that is government. Okay. Government is an agent of state. Government is an agent of state. Okay. Government is an agent of state. Why we should call like that? Government fulfill all the objectives of state properly. The state objectives are implemented by government only. So government is known as agent of state. In the world, governments are different types. One is unitary government. First one is unitary government. Second one is federal government. Federal government. Third one is parliamentary government. Parliamentary government. Fourth one is presidential government. Presidential government. Okay. These are types of governments in the world. As per your country conditions, you may select any one type of government. Okay. In India, we adopted parliamentary system. In America, presidential form of government is going on. Presidential government is so comfortable to small countries, whereas less population. Okay. Parliamentary government is very suitable to big countries, whereas huge population. Okay. So as per your country conditions, you select any one type of government. Okay. But governments are different. But government organizations are same. Organs of government. These are types of governments. These are organizations of government. Government organizations are three. How many? Three. Government organizations are three. In that first one, legislature. In that first one, legislature. Now second one, executive. Second one, executive. Now third one, judiciary. Now third one, judiciary. Legislature, executive, judiciary. What they are? Organizations of government. What is the first one? Legislature. Second one, executive. Third one, judiciary. Okay. The legislature main function is make the laws. Legislature have number of functions. Executive have number of functions. Judiciary has number of functions. Okay, no doubt. But your main functions are there. Legislature main function is make the laws. As per public opinion, legislature make the laws. Next, executive main function, implement the laws. Second one, executive main function, implement the laws. Third one, judiciary main function, interpretation of laws. Third one, judiciary organization main function is interpretation of the laws, means whether law is as per constitution or not, the judicial organization decide. In India, independent judiciary system is going on. In India, independent judiciary system is going on. Nobody can interfere in the functioning of judicial organization. Okay. Next one, in the world, first constitution is British Constitution. Okay, in the world, first constitution is British Constitution. It is in oral, not written constitution. In the world, first written constitution is American Constitution. Okay, this is written constitution, this is unwritten constitution. This is the first written constitution in the world, this is the first constitution. Okay, American Constitution is smallest constitution in the world. American Constitution is strongest constitution in the world. You are the first written constitution in the world. You are the smallest constitution in the world. You are the strongest constitution in the world. The biggest constitution in the world is Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution. Okay. In the world, biggest constitution is Indian Constitution. Smallest constitution is American Constitution. Hence, Indian Constitution emblem is elephant. Our Constitution emblem is elephant. Elephant is the biggest animal. Indian Constitution is the biggest constitution in the world. So, wantedly our Constituent Assembly members decided the white elephant is an emblem of Indian Constitution. Okay, so that our Constitution is the biggest constitution, right? So first constitution is British Constitution, first written constitution is American Constitution, right? Smallest constitution American Constitution, biggest strongest constitution also American Constitution, biggest constitution is Indian Constitution. Okay, so this is first constitution, first written constitution, smallest constitution, strongest constitution, biggest constitution, etc. Right? So this is the introduction of constitution. Okay.